What do you guys think about this camera? Or this 360 camera? Or this? A very smart gimbal for your phone. We've got our options, but I want to thank Insta360 for sponsoring this video. Oh, I'm just looking at this box that Insta360 sent me with the Go Ultra. Look at this little skin. Screen protector, a quick release mount, a mini power handle. I have 3 different camera/devices that I want to show you, and also what they're good for. Or if you just have someone in your life that likes to take videos or photos, or is very adventurous and likes to film adventures like biking, skiing, underwater activities. We all know I'm not doing those, but Insta360 100% has it covered for whatever you need. The first one I want to talk about is the Go Ultra. I've done a couple videos on this camera, but just to remind you guys, it is so freaking small and so magnetic. And like I've said before, it's an incredible hands-free camera. If you don't film hands-free, you obviously have a little screen, but the most fun part about this is the hands-free because it magnetizes to literally pretty much anything you could find outdoors. I was just wearing it around the other day with my magnet pendant, and Nolan and I were joking that it was my body cam, but I was wearing it around. Watching the footage back is so fun because it feels like I didn't really put much effort in. I just stuck it on to my shirt and just walked around, and then I had footage. Again, it is so inconspicuous, especially if you only have this part out in public. Like, hello, you can just take this and just film, put in your pocket, take it back out, film, put in your pocket. Like, I love this thing for that reason. It has an SD slot. The SD slot is just right here, and it is completely okay to dump this in water. So if you're running out of battery, you can plop it in, let it charge for a bit, plop it back out, and you're good to go. Took it to a little farm by my house to see the chickens and the goats, etc. It was kind of cute. If you want to get a little crazier and do some like real action shots, Insta360 has the X5, a 360 camera. Here is a really good size reference with my iPhone 17. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, I didn't even know what a 360 camera was before they sent it to me, and when I got it, Nolan was like, he actually shot one of his music videos using a 360 camera. You can use it as a vlog camera if you want. You can use the front camera, the back camera, but I feel like people who get this are normally the adventurous type, or maybe like a traveling type, maybe a hiker type. I don't know. Before I get into it, this is how you put the SD card in. It looks a little intense. You have to take the battery out. When you put it back in, make sure that there's no orange showing, because that means it cannot be submerged in water. That means your footage will be a no-no if it goes in water. No orange should show on this camera. Our charging port's on the other side. Again, it'll show orange if it's not correctly closed. Also know that if one of these lenses breaks, you could just order a new one and replace it yourself, which is actually kind of cool because, as you guys know, I said with my DJI in my last video, got mine replaced because the gimbal broke. I had to send it in, get it fixed, send it back. So that's kind of nice to just do it yourself. You don't have to send it in, wait for it. You just order something, and once it's here, you can just start filming again. Basically what this does is it records 360 at all times while it's recording. When it's attached to the stick is not in the video. Like, she's invisible. She's not in the video, which is really nice because you don't want a big long stick in your whatever hiking video or snowboarding video. But while the viewfinder is on, you can move it around, look at all of the angles that are available. I mean, it is insane. But this thing is really cool. We took it to a nursery. Nolan really wanted to look at plants, especially native to California plants. We went to a nursery and I was blown away when I was actually putting this together. I was like, oh, okay, I get why people use these. I obviously probably wouldn't use it in my everyday life, but in a pretty environment, in a fast environment, in an adventurous environment, this thing's coming out. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, like, you know that I hate filming in public. Like, I love how inconspicuous the Go Ultra is. I love how inconspicuous my OP3 is. I thought I would be so embarrassed filming these BTS shots with that long selfie looking stick. But honestly, since this doesn't look like a camera, I didn't even care. While I was using it, I did not feel weird. I took it to a bookstore. As you can see here, I actually took it to one of my favorite bookstores. They have beautiful statues. It's a very comforting place. I do like it there. I think the reason I didn't feel embarrassed because I didn't feel like I was filming myself. Like, there was no like camera like right in front of my face. You know what I mean? I mean, you could walk through a freaking haunted house and be like, oh, I didn't notice that while you're editing. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, that was behind me. Didn't know that. That was next to me. I didn't know that. I just think that's really cool. And I'm like, I still don't understand how it works, but I love it. I will say I'm a little nervous about the lenses, but it does come with a nice little case that you can throw in your bag or whatever. Nolan's music video, it's called Come Over if you want to go watch it, but it is a 360 camera. He used it out the window of a car his friend was driving, and so he filmed the whole thing that way. And I was like, I want to do something like that. And so I actually just, we just stuck it through the sunroof of my car and drove with it for a minute. And I was honestly so freaked out, but it was so cool. Having these shots will level up your content, especially if you're an adventure person. Just watching the footage, I was just like, what is it, a drone? What do you mean? It looks like I have a drone above the car, you know what I mean? And if you know me, I get stressed before I know anything. And I was like, how the heck am I gonna edit this? Like, what do you need this in 360? Guys, it is so easy. Figured it out in like 5 minutes, and that means you'll probably figure it out in 1. I did some keyframe editing, and that sounds so intense. But guess what? It's not at all. It's just a touch of a button. So how you edit this is download the Insta360 app, you connect the camera to it, and then you can edit within the app. And all you do is move scene around to what you want to be looking at and hit keyframe. Say from 1 minute to 1 minute 20 seconds, I want the sky. I can swipe my finger, show the sky, hit keyframe, and it'll show the sky until I keyframe it somewhere else. I think it's so cool, and didn't even know this kind of technology existed, I'll be honest. It does seem a bit confusing because as a vlogger, like everything is vertical. So I'm like, wait, is it filming vertically or what? And it doesn't matter because it's filming in 360. So once you're in the app, you can change it to whatever ratio size you need for that app. If I'm editing for TikTok, I can do it vertical. If I'm doing YouTube, I can do horizontal. So it kind of threw my brain for a loop, but this thing is so awesome. Love the concept of this, and I will definitely use it. Maybe metal detecting, I don't know. I feel like exploring new places is like what this is perfect for. This thing can go 49 feet deep in water. So, you know, if you're just in a pool or you're snorkeling, or you're on a boat or something, this would be sick. It's also so easy to shoot. You don't even have to be like aiming at anything specifically, really. It just films 360 around it. So you don't have to be like this, you don't have to be like this. It's on a stick and it is far out. And the last thing I want to show you guys is the Flow 2 Pro. They sent this also and I was like, what in the hell? So when you unfold it, it kind of just turns on. One of the things that was really cool about this is the gimbal can charge your phone and charge while you're recording. Honestly, when I got this, I was like, I don't know if I would ever use this. Once I started using it, I was like, wait, this is actually really nice. The fact that it actually has legs on the bottom to make it a tripod is so sick because what do you need? So each of these lights indicates what mode it's in. The top mode is auto. That's what its default gonna be. It's like having a low vlog camera. It is a gimbal, so it is gonna be really cinematic and moves nicely. And the buttons on the right and the bottom, the one on the right is the F mode. That makes tracking a little bit more sensitive. It's best for vertical videos, which I obviously was not doing, but PF is pan follow mode, and that's good for horizontal videos. And then last but not least, the button on the far left, the FPV mode, is good for big creative shots. Gimbal can move more freely from the handle. I'll say I'm mostly just using auto mode. Also, there's a little button on the inside that controls the direction of the gimbal. So if you wanna start tilting it up or left or right or down or whatever, you can do that easily with a little button in the middle. Also around the modes is a little wheel that you can use to zoom in or out. And I'm telling you, you guys, it is so cool because it basically zooms in and out as quickly as you're using it. If you press this button with 2 arrows once, it'll change from selfie mode to non-selfie mode. So basically, if you're filming yourself and then you're like, oh my god, I want to catch what's in front of me, you can just click this and then it'll switch it to the front. If you click it twice, it'll switch from vertical to horizontal. So you really don't even need to mess with your phone once it's in the gimbal. You're good to go. Also, this feels very advanced to me, but if you just pull at the top of the handle, it becomes longer. So if you're just recording yourself, but you want to be a little bit further away, you can do that. This would be so awesome for IRL streams. I also feel like it's a great option if you were wanting the Osmo Pocket 3, but didn't want to spend the money on like a gimbal camera. This is such a good option. It also has the follow mode that a lot of people who get the Osmo Pocket 3 get it for, so it can follow your movements. I don't really use it that much, but I did try it out and it works great. I feel like it does make more sense for using a gimbal, or if I were to IRL stream, it works just as well. Like, it is so good. If you just hit the trigger on the back, it'll start tracking, and if you hit it twice, it'll turn it off. And so I don't really use it that much, like I said, ever. Once you're done, you just fold it up, it turns off, and it's super compact. I have thrown this in my bag a couple of times. I'll say the Go Ultra is going to be your best bet for inconspicuous. The X5 is obviously great for creative shots, adventure shots, wide shots, or anything. It'd actually be so funny if I did a whole vlog in 360, because like, what do you mean? Like just pouring my coffee in 360? That'd be kind of funny, actually. The gimbal is great for, honestly, anyone who makes videos, even if it's vertical videos. I honestly didn't even know something like this existed, and I'm excited to have it because I could easily film a YouTube video with it too. Like if I just sat in a chair and set up the legs and put on a desk, I could film it exactly like a YouTube video. And if I wanted it to follow my face, it could. If you're one of the first 10 people to order any of these devices, you will get a free gift, okay? And that's all I'm gonna say. I just want to say thank you again to Insta360 for sponsoring this video. Thank you for sending me all these amazing pieces of technology, letting me review them, and hopefully you guys got something out of it. I definitely learned a lot by having these. And catch me driving with the X5 out the window. Just kidding. But I love you guys. I will see you next time. Bye!